So I'm with former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Mr. Jaganmohan Reddy. During your tenure as Chief Minister 2021, this deal that was signed for a power sale agreement, the allegation being that there were certain bribes that were paid to you and to others, not to you specifically. Your name is there and Andhra Pradesh officials is mentioned. How do you explain that?
There's no, my name is not mentioned anywhere. It's only that what is mentioned in that, whatever reports that at least have come to the light, it's all hearsay. And whatever I gathered, my name is not mentioned anywhere, except for the fact that Gautam Adani met me, and only after that this translated into, consummated into power sale agreement is what I think is what is broadly captured.
Yeah. It mentions that you had a meeting with Mr. Adani in the month of August.
What is wrong in it? In fact, I would have met Adani. Why only confine yourself only to our meeting in August? See, since 2019, after I had been elected as the Chief Minister, I met multiple business people. I mean, people that that's the job of that is one of the duties of the Chief Minister, as the head of a state, to meet business people and also address their issues. If somebody wants to come and invest in Andhra Pradesh state, if they're not going to meet the Chief Minister and get comfort from the fact that the head of the state is proactive, nobody would come and invest. And that is why we actually, every state is competing and organizing industrial summits, and that is why every state is competing with each other.
So you're saying there is no connection between the meeting in August and the deal that was signed with the central government organization in December?
Absolutely. In fact, from 2019 to my end of my tenure, I would have met Gautam Adani at least 5-6 times. I mean, why only specify your date only as August? After August also, I would have met him multiple times, and before August also, I would have met multiple times, and I would have met so many industrialists. This is, as I've said, this is one of the duties of the Chief Minister as the head of the state.
So that agreement that was entered into, why did you feel the need to go for 7,000 megawatts of an agreement in the solar energy sector for a 25-year period?
See, basically this has got nothing to do with Adani or anybody else. First of all, that's one very important aspect that one should never forget. See, how did this actually originate? See, on September 15th, SECI, which is a central government entity, that is, central government writes to a state government, and in that letter from the central government entity, they very clearly mention that they appreciate the fact that whatever we are doing for the upliftment of farmers without further burdening the DISCOMs, while they appreciate the fact that whatever we're doing, and also they go one step further and say that we have also noticed the recent tenders that have been called by the state government for a 6,400 megawatt capacity. And we've also noticed that the least rate that you had obtained in those tenders was ₹2.49. And they came forward and they said, we are willing to offer you at the same ₹2.49, which was discovered as the least rate in your tendering process. So if you're willing to take power from us, we are willing to supply that power to you at that very same rate of ₹2.49 at your doorstep, with a waiving off as a special incentive, giving you the interstate transmission charges waiver. And that was the contents of the letter from SECI. Now you tell me, see, this would actually give us a saving of 4,000. I mean, that's exactly why we had gone for tendering first place, because we wanted to reduce the rate of procurement costs. Our average procurement cost is ₹5.10. So the only way we could reduce the cost and give farmers, in fact, Andhra Pradesh is one state which gives farmers free power. And it's not sustainable until and unless something drastic is done. So the only way something drastic could be done is to ensure that we bring in solar power at affordable, very, very cheap rates, and we actually are in a position to give this power to the farmers during the daytime. And that was the vision with which we started off. Then we floated tenders in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And then we had for 6,400 megawatt. And then, unfortunately, the tendering process was stuck up in courts. In the meanwhile, while that was stuck in the courts, maybe 10 months after that, in the meanwhile, we received this letter exactly giving us the same benefit of ₹2.49 per unit they're willing to supply, and which is also apparently the cheapest rate of power Andhra Pradesh has ever procured. It is the cheapest rate of power Andhra Pradesh ever procured, at ₹2.49. And that ₹2.49 comes to us. Then how can any state government set aside a letter like that? I mean, if I were to set aside a letter like that, you would immediately comment, people like you would immediately criticize me and say, because it is central government, and central government gives you such a phenomenal offer, because it is central government, you set aside, because you have ulterior motives that you want to buy power from other private people. That's what you would say. All what we did was we just responded positively to the offer made by the central government, that is SECI.